and welcome back to my channel. So it is already time for the final plan with me of 2020, so our December plan with me. And honestly, this end of the year has just flown by. So part of it is that I actually need to get a bunch of filming done kind of ahead of time so that I'm ready for the Mega Goal Week, which is going to happen at the end of November, which basically by the time you're watching this video will be starting tomorrow. So yeah, we gotta get on with things. So honestly, November has been going pretty well. The beginning, like very beginning of the month was the end of my holidays, and I've been back at work for a little bit. And honestly, you know, just kind of business as usual. We are nearing the end of the first trimester, so I will be busy again with grades and all of that, that is one of the reasons also why I need to get some filming done ahead of time, because I'm gonna have to dedicate a lot of time to getting my grades all sorted out and doing comments on report cards and all that kind of stuff. But otherwise, you know, things are going, we'll say. So in terms of my setup for December, I am honestly not gonna make any big changes. I have not yet picked out my colors, so we're going to do that together, but I have already chosen my quote. And this month's quote I wanted to pick because, you know, December is typically the time that I would go home and see family for the holidays, and that's not going to happen this year. So I wanted to have a bit of like a family kind of quote, and so I wanted to make sure that I found one that like really spoke to me. So I went ahead and I looked for that. As always, I got it from the GOODREADS quote page because that's like the only place I ever get quotes ever, which actually is probably accurate, but I love getting quotes from there. So yeah, that's honestly the only pre-planning that I've done, but otherwise my setup is not going to change in the slightest. I do think, however, that I want to do a brain dump because I've made some really good progress on the one from October, and I think it's time to go ahead and kind of finish that one up and kind of see what's going. Also, I'm going to be on holiday in December, and so I want to start kind of making a note of the things that I want to work on during my December holidays. So I think that'll be a good thing to add back for this month. So yeah, let us head on over and take a flip through November and then see how December goes. So let's go ahead and start in our PROJO. So find our monthly. Let's see. So I did actually fill out my October review, which is good. I don't always do that in as timely a fashion as I would like. But so here is November, and I'm actually currently filming on Wednesday the 11th because I have a holiday from work, and so I'm kind of taking advantage of that extra time. So let's see. On Monday, I actually did some grading. I did some grading yesterday as well, and I kind of think that that was it. Okay, so that is kind of what's going on for this monthly. As you can see, I never did fill out a third project up here. Yeah, also I did this completely differently. I said 5 lessons here and 4 lessons here. Well, we shall see. So working on doing my YouTube backlog. So I've actually filmed, let's see, I filmed 2, and I'm actually currently filming this one. So I'm actually making some really good progress on filming for my Mega Goal Week, which is awesome. This actually got moved to a different thing, but that's okay. And we're currently filming December Plan with me. So making some pretty good progress on there. I do still have to edit and prep some stuff. I have a bunch of work stuff that I'm working on, which actually I finished this, and this. I actually got 2 new assignments that I have to grade, and I think that is all up to date. Okay, good. So that is just kind of how November is looking for a start. So I do still have a couple of weeks left, and I will try and make as much progress as I can. But again, there's probably going to be a certain number of tasks that I end up having to migrate, which is fine. I don't actually have anything on this page because I have been using this. I actually went ahead and just added some of my new grades that I have to do. So I have this one that I did. This one I finished. This one I finished. This one is also finished. And then I have to do the new one that I've got, and I actually have other, do I have, oh yeah. So I'll have to do my boxes later, but I have at least 2 more assignments that are gonna come, but the nice thing is I kind of finished them, like I kind of have to do them in class so that means that I don't have as much to do kind of at home, but these ones are gonna take a while. So that is November. So let's go ahead and look at weeklies. Where are we? Here. So this was the beginning of November, the end of my school holidays. I did break my no work weekend rule and ended up doing a bunch of work. I think I did about 7 hours of work over these 2 days because I did not do very much earlier in the week. So that was kind of a bummer, but I did get done what I needed to, so that was good. Then this was last week, and I actually got quite a bit of sewing in. I did a fair amount of prep and grading, which was really nice. And then I kind of crashed on Saturday, or Sunday rather. I kind of crashed on Sunday just after the stress of election week. Finally having the results, I think my brain was just like, okay, it's time to take a break now. So that went pretty well overall. And this week, as you'll see, I did put in my work stuff, and actually I don't have work at 8 o'clock tomorrow. I always forget when we have a bank holiday, the next day back to school, we don't start at 8 o'clock, we start at 9 o'clock, and I have a class at 8, so that means I start an hour later. So I do need to start kind of filling this out, but you know, it's kind of going. So in terms of grading, I did this, I did these, I don't think, oh wait, I have a new thing from them too. Oh my gosh, I have literally so much grading to do, cool. That's what happens when it's the end of the trimester, so I forgot to add this one. This is, there we go. So, and I am working on filming. I still need to edit and prep. So, you know, making progress, still more to go. So obviously I do still have to set up future weeklies in here for the rest of November, but that was actually kind of all that I have set up for right now. I don't really set these up consistently ahead of time. Sometimes I'll go ahead and set up the month, and sometimes I kind of do them as I fill them out. So this is one of those times where I do it as I fill it out. So let's take a look at my bullet journal. So in terms of, let's see, our setup, where is November? There we go. So this was the end of October and then November. So we have our little kind of fall foliage situation, which I really like how that came out. And our monthly and intentions. So I have, again, slowly been working on stuff. Here I can fill in, this is a filming day. And oh, this one actually is not 8 o'clock, but 9 o'clock. You know, kind of things going as usual, which, ooh, actually, we have a lot of filming stuff we can cross off. So we did Tuesday. I did Thursday. I haven't actually done Wednesday yet, or Friday. I'm working on December. We did this one. Good. So then I'll have to go ahead and I'll add, I left space here so that I can add. So for example, I just filmed 1, 2, and I'm working on my 3rd video, so that'll be up to here so that I know how many I have left to edit and prep. So that is good. And then tracker, I actually have done a bunch of reading, some audiobooks while I was doing sewing. I did finish up some books in, so these were both books in French. This is another book in French that I'm working on. This is a book in Spanish that I'm working on. So I've actually already hit my reading goal for the month, but I will just kind of keep going. So also I've started another audiobook because I got the thread I need to do hand quilting. So I will be listening to audiobooks while I hand quilt my little trivet. So I'm excited for that. And tracker is going pretty well. So I am, let's see, is there anything else I can fill in here? No, not really. So that's just kind of going. And again, I still have my sticky note over here with some books that I've started but haven't worked on in a couple of months. And so I don't want to put them here just because I actually am reading kind of a lot. So I have them on the sticky note here so that if I start and I continue reading them, I'll write them over here. But if not, I can just move this to December. And I don't really need to access this until the end of the month. So that works out really well. So then I have my anti-racism tracker over here. It is still the 11th, so I haven't gotten super far into this, but I am gonna block out like probably an hour this week and an hour next week to do some work, but that is still bookmarked and is still a priority. Then I have my weeklies. So this one, I like It's ludicrous. This one versus this one, like who even knows? Anyway, so I actually, if we're being honest, I didn't migrate these tasks probably until like Monday, and I was just like flipping the page back and crossing stuff off as I was going, which I normally don't do. I normally do migrate tasks when I flip the page, but I just didn't feel like it because a lot of it was sewing stuff that I was working on. So yeah, but I did eventually migrate, and so now we are up to here. So I have whatever open tasks I will just kind of work on until I get to the end of this page. And let's see, what can I do? So I actually put away a bunch of laundry. Some of it isn't dry yet, so I couldn't finish. Oh, that is my brown one. Darn it. There we go. Let's see, I have started filming. I have not done any of this stuff. So yeah, so we'll have to work on that later. So that is currently all that I have set up for November, because again, I'm having to film this kind of early. So what I did go ahead and do is I kind of counted out how many pages I would still need. So I think that since I'm up to Wednesday and I'm already at the bottom of the page, I think this will be for the end of the week. This will be kind of for next week and then the following week. And because of the way I start my monthly intro page, I'm just going to leave this page here. So I will use this for something, but I'm going to start November over here on page 169 and 170. So as you can see, I've still got a pretty good amount left in this notebook, but you know, we'll do what we can. So this is going to be where I do my intro page. So let's go ahead and take a look at the quote. So I have at the back here somewhere, there we go. So I actually have another really long quote, which, oh well, it was the quote I wanted to do, so it is what it is. So it is by Trenton Lee Stewart, and as I mentioned in the intro, I did pick something that was kind of like family related, and I really liked this one. So, you must remember, family is often born of blood, but it doesn't depend on blood. Nor is it exclusive of friendship. Family members can be your best friends, you know, and best friends, whether or not they are related to you, can be your family. So I thought that that was really nice because, you know, I'm not going to be able to go and visit my family for the holidays, and I have a friend here who is in the same situation, so we are likely going to try and celebrate the holidays together, and I just felt like that was a really nice sort of sentiment to remind me to not feel too down about the fact that I, you know, will have had an entire year that I haven't seen my family in person, which normally I am lucky enough to see them at least once a year, if not twice a year. So this is kind of the first year since I've moved overseas that hasn't really happened. So this is just kind of like a mood booster for me so that I don't get too down during the holidays. So aside from that, that is the only thing that I have actually prepped. So we need to pick out some colors. So I have, oh my goodness, I have all of my pens. Oh dear, this one is just not wanting to be nice. Okay, so taking a look at this, so I was thinking about it and realized that it was kind of silly of me. I used this like burgundy for November, which means that I guess I kind of can't use it for December, but I want to do, ooh, maybe like a forest green. I haven't done that in a while. Do I want to do this one? I should have gotten a piece of scrap paper. Darn. Oh well, we're just going to do it over here. So that's a little too bright. It's more of a Kelly green than I wanted. I think I'm gonna go with the first thing I saw that I was like, no, let's try something different. No, Caitlin, I should have just gone with that. Yeah, so this is gonna be our green. So this will be like my testing place, and this will be, whoops, don't put it back. What else do I wanna do? Maybe, ooh, to do like a different thing, I might look at, yeah, let's do this. And then I want something a little bit lighter, kind of like a neutrally. So that's not too bad. All right, let's keep that in mind. No. What about this one? Ooh, I think that. Yeah, let's do that. And then there isn't really like a good, no, that's too bright. Honestly, the colors that I did in November are kind of the ones that I want to do. Nope, that's too bright. Because what I'm thinking is doing kind of a gold. Oops, where are you? Like doing this kind of a gold, I feel like would actually be really nice. You know what? We're gonna try it. Yeah, see, that's exactly the color I want. Yes, this is gonna be my kind of weird holiday colors. So the nice thing is I have one pen that I can keep out November and December. So we're gonna do this as our colors. And one of the things that I was thinking of is I actually have a couple of metallic watercolors. So I pulled those out to maybe do like a wash of color on the page. I don't know if this is gonna work the way I want it to, but I have my little water brush over here. So yeah, I think what I wanna do is, this is gonna be kind of scatterbrained because I'm gonna have to like let it dry. So I think what I wanna do is actually do like, ooh, maybe just like a really stylized like Christmas tree kind of back here with like a little something, just like really, really pale. And what I could do is do the rose gold for the Christmas tree and the gold for the trunk. And then just do my quote over here. So what I wanna do is I wanna do the wash and let it dry, and then I'll come back and do my lettering over top. Yeah, we're gonna do that, why not? So I think what we're gonna do, whoops, as I'm now getting water everywhere, cool, is we're gonna do our little triangle. So I think what we're gonna do is like kind of start, we're gonna do like this kind of a situation. Yeah, okay, so I say this is like I can actually see that. No, I can't, it's fully just very, very light. All right, so, and I've never done watercolor in this book, so we'll see how this goes. Also, you're going to very quickly realize that I am not a watercolor expert in any way. I actually don't want it to be too watered down because I actually want the like sparkle to show. It's like, why use sparkly paint if you can't see it? Most lopsided. It's fine. We're just gonna do like weird little, yeah, I did too much water at that section. Oh well. We'll find out if that is something I'm going to regret. Well, it looks like a Christmas tree that a 5-year-old drew, but I don't care. So, actually I need to not like put this away. I have to actually clean that. But now we can set, oops. So you can set this aside and let this dry before I need to do any writing on it. So let's hop over into my PROJO. So let's take a look. So December, there are 21 days. No, they're not. They're 31 days. Wow. 31 days in December, and it starts on a Tuesday. So just go ahead and put my little 1. Okay, so I'm gonna mark my holidays. So I believe it's these weeks. Okay. And that is, I think, everything that I'm gonna do now, just because I don't know what all I will need to migrate from here. And I haven't quite decided what I want to work on during my holidays, so I'm gonna kind of leave that blank. So let's see, actually, let me go ahead and set up next week. Oops. Which I'm a little bummed. Normally, like in normal times, my 11th graders would be going on their week-long internships next week, and that would free up, honestly, like, that's not the right day, that's the 16th. And it would free up, honestly, about half of my hours, which I was really planning to do, like using that time that I would normally be in class to actually do more grading and do more unit prep and all of that kind of stuff. And unfortunately, since we are on lockdown, the internships have been canceled, which I understand why, and I think it's probably for the best, but I am a little bit bummed that I don't have that time that I had kind of hoped to have to do a little bit of planning ahead. What month are we? November, and it is week 46, no, 47, and it is 10B. All right, so that means that I can just do my school hours as normal. So 9 to 1, wait a minute. Yes, actually I'm gonna do that in pencil because I have to ask. So I have this one that might end up changing, but I need to talk to my kiddos first before we figure out what's actually gonna happen with that. So Thursday, 8 to 10, Friday, week B, that means I only have one, yep. So 12 to 1 there. And I've got my live chat from 4 to 5. So even though I might have a couple of other things, these are kind of the only ones that I really will pencil in because the times are invariable. Some of the other things that I'm like, oh yeah, that's definitely gonna happen. It might be offset by like a half an hour or an hour, and so I don't like to put it in until I kind of know for sure. So there's that. Okay, so that is for next week. All right, let's take a look at my bullet journal. Oh dear, and see if that is in any way dry. Well, it's gonna be super ripply, but that's fine. So the real question is how, and actually, I guess I need my quote, don't I? How am I gonna do my quote? So let's do, oh my goodness, move some stuff out of the way. So this quote, oh dear, as you can see, is really long. And how do I want to do it? So, oh, you know what? I maybe want to do it in fountain pen. I don't know. How do we feel about that? That might be kind of cool because I have a kind of coppery fountain pen, and the Tombows are going to be really, really big, kind of no matter what. Yeah, let me go grab it and we're gonna get a piece of paper and test. So, oh dear. What if I did, how do we feel about this color? Cause like, that actually looks kind of pretty. It's kind of like coppery red. So if I do like actual cursive, yeah, I think that'll actually look kind of cool with this kind of copper. And then I think what I'll do is maybe do the green for December. Okay, so wait a second. I'm like, keep putting this over here even though I actually need it. So let's take a peek. And honestly, I think what I'm gonna do is just like skip a line, and then I'm just going to kind of write it as a block of text because yeah, let's do that. Okay. So just a fun little block of text. Actually, I would have liked to have this over a little bit more, but I don't mind. This is one of those quotes where it's honestly more important for me to have the quote than to do something that takes a ton of time. So quick cursive it is. So is this dry? Ooh, I don't know. I think we're gonna come back to that. It just feels a little bit damp still. So let's go ahead and do, I think I wanna do my monthly in the green. And so I'm gonna do my intentions in this like eggplanty purple. Are there ones I want to keep for sure from this month? I have a feeling the most likely thing is that I will actually keep probably all of the same ones, but I'm gonna wait just in case there's something that comes up that I really want to work on in December or like really focus on during my holidays. So I think I'm gonna hold off on that. I think I can actually do, I'm gonna try and do this. See if I regret this. So wait a sec, I need my November. All right. It's not really transferring. I'm just worried that if I actually do Tombow, because they're water soluble, that it'll start bleeding. So let's go ahead and do my tracker. Just like really be sure. I think we're gonna do green and golden for this one. There's that one, and just go ahead and finish up, oops, all the rest of the spreads as I stab myself with a pen. So last two are gonna be my checklist and a brain dump. And I actually really like doing it kind of down here and then having the header. I think that is a nice use of space. Can I trace a straight line with the glue runner? Apparently not. It's a little wonky, but that's okay, just a tad. So what color have I not really done a lot of? I feel like I haven't done a lot of this golden one, so we'll do that. It's the next page. There we go. So this is current brain dump. I think I'm gonna set it up like that, just like centered, but without all of the washi tape and stuff. Yeah, let's do that. That's not at all centered, but that's okay. We're gonna draw a holly. And we're gonna pretend like hollies have eggplant berries. I know they don't, but that's fine. Okay, hey look, magically centered. Okay, so I think that, actually, I wanna do just like a little drop shadow on the D. There we go. How weird is that? Very weird. Do we care? Nope. Just to kind of tie in the color scheme, since I didn't use any gold on this page, I wanted to bring some of the purple over on this page. Okay, so let's see if we can finally do my little header page. I think we're getting better. Also, look, yeah, that looks much better. It's not nearly as wrinkly. So, all right, I said I wanted to do this one. How exactly? It's gonna be too big if I do it. You know what, I didn't do any brush lettering. We're just gonna keep it we're just gonna keep it up. So we're gonna do December. Okay, and then where do I want to do 2020? I think we're going to do it in the lighter green. Ooh, I think we're going to do it like down here, because why not? Cool. Weird? Yes, but we don't mind. All right, so I think that that is it. Yeah, honestly, this setup was really kind of simple. Just, I don't know, I had this like brainstorm that I wanted to use these metallic paints, and so I kind of don't want to cover it up anymore because I want to see the metallic like rose gold and gold paints. So yeah, also wanted to have the quote kind of be the star on this one. So intro page. Then I've got my monthly and my intentions. So as I mentioned, there's a really good chance I'm going to use kind of the exact same intentions as I did this month, but because I have my holidays in December, I'm not quite sure, so I don't want to go ahead and fill that out yet until I get closer to the end of November and I kind of see what all I've gotten done or what things I think of that I want to actually work on. Then I've got my tracker. So same as always. I have, oops, did not glue that corner super well. I have my anti-racism checklist, which as always, this is from Planning with Kay. So go and check out her website if you're interested in downloading it. I'll leave a link down below. And I have my brain dump so that as I get closer to the end of November, I am going to fill in this. I've been kind of keeping up with it, but I'll kind of fill it in and then migrate anything that hasn't been done. But as you can see, I think I've done about half of the things. So we're getting to the point where it's time for a new brain dump. So I figured that would be good to do since I have some holidays. And then I'll just go ahead and start directly in on weeklies, or rather dailies, on this next page. So let's head back on over and wrap things up. So that was my December plan with me. And honestly, aside from wanting that quote to really be the focal point of the month, I also wasn't feeling super inspired by anything. Honestly, I really loved the colors I did for November, so I was a little bit bummed that I hadn't thought ahead enough to be like, oh, I might actually want to use those for December too. I do like the colors that I ended up choosing, so that's good. But I just wasn't feeling like super inspired, like I didn't have a particular goal in mind, and so it looks a little hodgepodgey, I feel like, but you know, that's fine. It's still super functional. I get to enjoy my metallic watercolors every time I look at my intro page, so that's cool. And yeah, nothing really has changed otherwise. We'll see how the rest of November goes to see, you know, what all gets migrated, if there are any new projects I decide to work on, or if I'm just gonna have to migrate a bunch of stuff that I didn't actually finish, which honestly is a distinct possibility. But yeah, there you have it, the last plan with me of 2020. So I hope that you guys are psyched for next week, because starting tomorrow, Monday, I am going to have my Mega Goal Planning Week videos going up Monday through Friday, and you will also have a normal Sunday video, so it's going to be 7 videos in 8 days kind of situation. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. I've been having a lot of fun filming everything. It really does help me kind of like get into the mindset for next year. So even aside from the fact that it's a lot of content for you guys, I do actually find it really helpful for myself as well. So that is all I have for you guys for today. If you guys have any comments or questions, let me know down below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! Hey guys, so if you've made it all the way to the end of this video and are actually watching my end screen and you're not subscribed to my channel, I would really appreciate it if you would. There's a little button right there for you to do it. And if you're interested in watching some more of my videos, I have links to 2 of my older videos off to the left there, so you can check those out if you would like to, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!